Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is the Boomba right here on your Boom Radio NG. I bid you a warm welcome today. This beautiful Monday morning. It's actually December 1st. It's the first day of the month of December. Oh, what an interesting way to start the week. You know, so it actually promises to be a very interesting one, as we're going to be talking about quite a number of things today. Over the weekend, there are a lot of things that seems to have caused a lot of stir and a lot of rancor, would I say. First, President Tinubu's ambassadorial list seems to have caused a bit of rancor or a bit of conversation. We know that security issues is still one of the major issues that is still being talked about around the country. There's a lot of talk, there's a lot of conjecture, there's a lot of things here and there that people are talking about. We're going to be talking about that. Governor's going to visit convicts. We're going to be talking about that. Africa has also now announced that apparently for people that you people have no respect for your genital meet and greets, they are telling you there's now a HIV shot that you can, more of a preventive HIV shot for y'all that are very, don't let me say it again, but you get the gist. Anyway, I know that's all we'll be talking about today, and I love other things right here at the bar. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show with us today. Yes, I said us because my name is Dolupo, and with me in the studio, I have just Fola and Sola Rogers.
Good morning to everyone on this magnificent Monday. I just want to say genital meet and greet is insane. I've never heard that before in my life. That is
we're on radio, so that we shouldn't say like vulgar things.
That is crazy.
We shouldn't say vulgar stuff. So you get.
I think there are other ways of saying it than genital meet and greets. I've never heard that before. But
have you never heard that before? But it really is a meet and greet, isn't it?
Yeah, but like the terming is very funny.
Okay,
but nice one.
Strangely, I always look forward to Mondays when Fola has something to say about the day. Strangely, I don't know, like.
My expression threw him off.
I am never disappointed because he always comes up with a way to qualify the day. You know. A few years ago, I adopted Monday as my best day of the week. There's a story behind it. You understand? You said why?
Yeah.
So I have a friend, Mike Blue Moon, is a Nigerian radio presenter. Died a couple of years ago. He's worked in different parts of the world. Worked in radio in the UK, in Italy, in Gambia, then Nigeria. And we used to do radio together on Radio Continental, the drive time. And whenever he opens the mic, he goes, I hate Mondays. On Mondays, he would just, he has this beautiful intro that he always comes up with, very lovely freestyle, and he ends it with, I hate Mondays. You get? And he did hate Mondays, and he meant it. And sadly, died on a Monday. We found him on a Monday, dead, and all of that.
Okay,
and,
that is very...
Yeah. So I love Mondays. I love my friend, Mike Blue Moon also. I miss him so much. But I started loving Mondays. I love Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays.
Every single day of the
I love every day. So y'all got to look for another day to off me, man. But I swear to God, as creative as that thing sounds, it's wrong.
Why?
Genital meet and greet.
Why is it wrong?
The reason why it's wrong, that in the context of HIV/AIDS, not everybody that goes down with HIV is doing genital meet and greet.
Yeah.
But there are several ways.
I think
there's several ways.
The most common way.
The most prevalent.
Please, when there is a loophole and we point it out, let us accept it.
No, I'm not saying that.
So
there
are people who have contracted HIV/AIDS from their barbers.
But you know that
there
those
are
things are actually is a extremely small percentage.
But there are people who have contracted.
I'm not saying it doesn't happen.
There was this crazy dentist guy that was just dashing people HIV left, right, and center.
That one was very intentional.
Yeah, so I'm saying, I'm just trying to say, because at times it was, I won't like I said, it was very creative, very. I stopped myself from laughing.
I was like,
because I know it only takes an evil mind to come up.
I was like,
with something like that.
What's going on here?
She cannot tell me she didn't coin it. If she
what's going on here?
What's going on here? What's going on here? So we'll talk about it though. At least we're quick. And today is actually World AIDS Day. Every 1st of December, isn't it?
Wow.
Is it not?
Yeah.
Is it? No, it's always for Abi. Am I mixing it up?
Yeah, I think so.
It's always 1st of December. You know, so genital meet and greet. Jesus.
That was really. I'm using that.
Some people need Jesus. Not just the way they've seen him.
Okay, please, can I ask both of you a question?
I've never heard it before.
Please, can you? I'm not saying you've heard it, obviously, because I don't understand what you are doing with yourselves. But can you come up with something that is not vulgar? In 1 minute, can you come up with something that is not vulgar that would depict
STDs were coined for a reason. You get, and people have been promoting, you know, safe sex.
G.
You get. People have been promoting. Sounds like one formula for another. For another.
GMAG.
For another. That sounds like a formula for another mutated
GMAG
agricultural system. We have not survived GMO. Now you people have
GMAG.
This generation, I don't know.
Okay, so if you people could not come with something else, you people could not come with something else, so you accept that it's a very, very creative thing.
Yeah, it is. It was in the first place.
I already said
that.
It was creative. He said it was creative. I'm saying that I've never heard it before. I've never heard it before. But
ever.
all the campaigns against AIDS and the promotion of HIV prevention, they did not need to coin.
But I think we all know what she's talking about. So
Exactly.
I hope we do.
Yes, we all do.
I hope we do.
Anyway, since we're on that conversation, South Africa, Eswatini, and Zambia are set today to begin administering a groundbreaking new HIV prevention injection. It's supposed to be basically Africa is supposed to have the world's highest HIV burden, and they're saying that it's called lenacapavir. It's supposed to be taken twice a year, and it's supposed to reduce the risk of HIV transmission by more than 99.9%. So my question is that, so after all the campaigns of don't use blades that are not this, don't have safe GMAG,
don't have
unsafe.
Don't have have
safe GMAGs.
You said
please.
Don't actually.
I said
Guys,
thank
anyway.
God this thing is recorded.
Please,
Anyway,
have safe food.
do you understand? With all that, which since I've been born, we've been hearing all that. It doesn't seem like people
are listening.
Are listening because it looks like the prevalence is actually is higher and higher and higher. How are we now sure that having this, if we're going to get to a point where HIV prevention was what was going to, so why were we not fighting? Because at this point, it doesn't look like people are going to wear condoms or, do you understand, have safe, whatever it is they want to do on and all that.
Safe sex. Yeah, you can say it. It won't kill you.
Oh, so I could say that on radio. Oh, okay.
I mean,
I
that's
thought
the technical term for it.
I thought I couldn't say. That's why. No, that's not the technical.
In this
The
context,
technical term is coitus, actually.
Oh, that's a fancy way of just saying sex.
that
No,
is.
it's not a
That's the
that
Sheldon.
is-
What's
She
it?
just-
no,
she wants
that
us to
is-
know.
No,
that
that is the
the
scientific. That
She
is
wants us to
scientific-
know.
But
That
sex
are
is
science
still the
students.
technical term.
Oh, I am a
No,
science
you are
student.
not the science student. You just want us to know that you watched the whole
Big Bang
universe
Theory.
was in
No.
the downstairs.
No, that's not
Anybody
why.
that knows
No,
Big Bang Theory knows
No,
that
I
word.
want to inform you that I am a graduate of physiology.
Okay,
Just
Exactly.
picture husband and I say, hey, what's up with coitus?
What's up with coins?
Anyama.
That's not romantic at
Or
all.
more like genital meet and greet. And let's move on.
If someone says that to me, I'm just going to laugh.
And you know the commercial ex-workers, you know, they're good like, oh, that's a coitus seller. Coitus dealer.
But think about it. Do you know that actually doesn't sound as vulgar as sex worker?
I beg.
It doesn't.
Think about it.
It
Think
doesn't.
about it. It
actually
doesn't.
doesn't.
It actually doesn't.
But like, it's still the same thing.
So
It's still the same thing.
So when you're-
like you said,
when you're
if
feeling-
someone tells you
when you're
genital
feeling
meet
that-
and greet and you
I
laugh,
go laugh.
you,
When
what
you're-
does that
when you're
do?
feeling
It
that
already eases the
you know that
tension.
you know that official form that you're filling, and you get to the part where they write SEX. So they'll replace it with coitus now.
No, that's not the same thing.
Male coitus.
That's not the same thing. We all know that's
They're all spelled the same way anyway.
Wait, why are we even having this? Oh my God.
Yeah.
On a Monday morning.
On a coitus.
You brought this up, man.
You did.
You brought this
it's
up.
news.
You did.
It's
Instigated
news.
this.
It was just news.
You did.
Anyway, because
But let's
this
all
country,
stay, let's all stay
basically
safe
this
out
country
there,
is really high, is really prevalent in the southern part of Africa. According to the last report, in South Africa, 1 of 5 adults live with HIV. It's that bad. A few weeks ago, I was watching a podcast actually of a doctor was in there, and the person was going on about, the people talk about the high prevalent, high prevalence of HIV people in Lagos State, and the person was like that according to according to data that they have, Lagos is not even top 5 in Nigeria. We're talking about Rivers, Benue State, Akwa Ibom.
I think it would be very, very dangerous if Lagos was actually in the top 5, because Lagos is a very, very small state.
Yeah, but the population is...
So it's because of the population, that's what you get. You imagine that notion. And the doctor was like, no, actually, it's actually not as bad as people think.
Wow.
In other states.
So again, this is 2025, 1st of December, and it's also a way of us letting you know that it's actually dangerous to have unprotected SEX. It's very, very, very dangerous.
You can't even call it out. And I gave you a more creative...
No, I'm not going to confuse people in trying to run a campaign.
G-Mag. G-Mag.
It's Mr. Mag. But on the real, we just need to... Please be safe out there, girl. It's shocking. It's shocking
Have
how...
safe G-Mag.
The African countries, for instance, that... like South Africa, the shocking thing about it was they had a president once that was saying a lot of stupid things in public, telling people that if you had a bath after unprotected sex, that you can not... How are you fooling people?
Are you serious?
Please.
Someone actually said that...
Please, just Google it.
So see, I think that at
Google
this
it.
point...
Fola, please Google...
I know that...
And what I said.
When do we actually now start electing
and these are the problems.
Very intellectual people as presidents? Because if a whole president of a country as big as South Africa...
Another reason why people would still think unprotected sex is a good thing is we also have celebrities who are doing it a lot. One guy, several baby mamas, and everybody feels it's cool because it's a standard.
You will just die.
So don't just follow them because you don't know. Again, sad as it is, some people's system is different from other people's.
Actually, I know the worst part. There's so many things that, as sad as it is, take for example, women are more prone to getting it than men. Like a man that has it is more, a woman is more prone to getting it from a man than a man getting it from a woman. All those funny things. I had a cousin that I saw only once in my entire life. The only time I saw him was ill. Apparently he had AIDS, and it was not a very good sight. It was not a very good sight. This was a couple of years ago. It was not a very good sight. So
sad though.
So I don't know what people are doing. That
I think it's more so the fact.
Did you see anything like that?
I'm looking. I'm not seeing anything yet. Is it Jacob Zuma?
Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. That's the guy. I didn't want to mention his name. I wanted you to.
Oh my God. Anyway,
when you find what I said, please.
People really need to be safe out there. Please be safe out there. At the end of the day, they tell you that abstinence is the best thing. If you cannot abstain, stay with one partner. Now, the another angle to that.
And let your partner also
be sure
stay
that
with you.
Your partner, you people have private meet and greets. What I mean by that is that it's not that one person will be private and that person will be public. There's a problem.
That one is very important.
Think about it. Let your meet and greet be exclusive. That's it. Anyway, So that is that. But thankfully, I hope this actually works. If it will make, if at least more people will not get it, then at least I think we'll be getting somewhere. Anyway, NiMet has predicted that it said there's 3 days of sunshine and cloudiness. However, there was heavy rain today. Maybe people should go and check your forecast well, because that rain today.
They're talking about cloudiness. Is that not on point?
They will have said thunderstorms and rain. They do not say thunderstorms and rain. Cloudiness.
All right.
What is it? You're about to say something.
It's bewildered.
I think I've seen it.
You're about to say
The headline literally says, SA Zuma showered to avoid HIV. 5th of April 2006. BBC.
You hear something and you're like, is this even real? You know that a part of me was hoping that you were
Wrong.
You were wrong.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly was hoping that, oh, okay. And not because I wanted you to be wrong. Like, it's just that ridiculous. Like, are you kidding?
Yeah, so that's the thing. I deliberately brought that out because if you're the president and people respect you and they believe in you and
listen to you.
Yeah, and a lot of people just need an excuse. It's the truth now. A lot of people just need an excuse.
Yeah,
and a president of a country.
You will just die.
Showered to avoid HIV.
You will just die.
If you know all the ridiculous things that was coming out of our continent, people will tell you, oh, you have to be with a young female as a man, or all those dumb things. You have to be with a person that has never, had sex before and blah blah blah. Blah.
The story of albinos and all.
Please,
anyway, Sha.
just be safe, Sha.
Talking about safety, northern governors are said to be meeting over the insecurity in the area. There obviously has been a huge increase in insecurity, kidnappings, and all that, especially in the north. 19
northern governors.
Yeah.
You understand? The meeting was postponed, but now, of course, it's on. Then there was a smaller meeting before that, but you see, the Southwest governors had 2 meetings before this one, and if you look at it, the template is already in place. The Southwest states, all of them, including Lagos, have their structure for state police in place. It's just not state police yet until the law has been passed at the federal level. And just a few hours ago, I saw a video of Kebbi State, doing their own passing out parade for their own soon-to-be state police. Also, they have an academy. They've trained some people from their state and everything. And one of the things that I saw again over the weekend was the requirements to. There's going to be a recruitment in Ondo State also for their Amotekun, which is like state police more or less, until they become officially state police. And they're asking for people who have security experience. They want to recruit more people. But there's a part that had me smiling. You must be spiritually strong. Please don't get it wrong.
Which of the spirits?
Exactly.
That's the question.
Don't get it wrong, go. They wrote that thing there because it's a requirement, but they will not write it in Yoruba. But if you translate it to Yoruba or convert it to Yoruba, it's like you must be fortified.
You must be fortified. You and your gun must be
It's
fortified.
very important that you are not coming there thinking that you are going to collect bribe.
Because what they are coming with is different from what you are coming with.
It's a different ball game. But it's important that all the governors get real with it. Security has gone beyond passing the buck now. The president, the presidency. Now they feel the heat pass now. The real look at what's going on in most of the states. We have about 5 states that have been on blast from this terrorist.
Yeah,
in the last
it has been really horrible.
1 month.
Yeah, it has been horrible. Thankfully.
Who do you think is feeling the heat the most?
In Borno State, the Nigerian Army has announced that they just rescued 12 abducted teenage girls in Borno State. Thankful to that. The Nigerian Air Force said that they have airstrikes. They destroyed terror hideouts in Katsina State, and they also stopped an ISWAP attack in Chibok.
The Chibok one was actually very loud. Now, everybody remembers Chibok from the time of President Goodluck Jonathan, where almost, I think, about 300 girls were adopted from school and everything. Till today, we don't have all of them back. Sadly, it's looking like we will never have the complete number back. But they now hit that town again. The criminals hit that town at the weekend, very early. But the army was expecting them more or less. They were on ground. The JTF, the civilian JTF, was there to support. The Nigerian Air Force was on point, and it was massive. It was a glorious thing by the military. And I'm emphasizing this because there's a narrative. There's a narrative that is funny. We must realize that security matters should not be politicized anymore. Some people think it's fine to put, but you shouldn't, because if things go completely wrong the way you are projecting against a government because you don't like the government, it will affect you and me.
Yeah, it
First
will.
and foremost.
And like what Dolupo said, we always chip it in. I'm glad she brought it up, that you're also supposed to be part of the security network.
Yeah.
Help with information and all of that. But the reason why I'm saying is that there's a narrative, and it's prevalent on social media, and it's more from people who are more or less in the opposition. I don't want to name names, but it's obvious. And I have one on my timeline that the guy lives in America, and 6 or 7 times a day is posting things that are not true. And he's acting like a journalist. He's piecing videos together and doing all of that. Recently, he said that the Nigerian military is not doing anything. That they are not doing anything. But guess what? Now there's a video that is making rounds of the airstrike by the Air Force over the weekend. And people are now sharing it. And I'm laughing. The Air Force has been sharing those things for years.
How come
but nobody cared.
Nobody is talking about it.
Nobody cared.
Exactly. It's I just hope that this thing is nipped in the bud and is done over with completely. There's now been talks of there's a lot of take for example, there's a video of the is it Plateau, this now popular priest, that Como, all of a sudden the conversation is not about, I saw his interview, and his conversation has now moved from people being secure to is a Muslim ticket. I'm like, okay, what? So it's almost like everybody's agenda will soon is popping out now, because that looks like that's an agenda now.
That was the agenda from the get. You see, all this recent talk about a Christian genocide was basically political. It's down to politics.
Use people's lives.
So the reverend she's talking about, of course, is the video everybody has seen. Is the one that was going about showing people being buried. There's a list somewhere of people who were killed and all of that. Now, in saying there's no Christian genocide, we're not saying that those people were not killed. We're not saying that a large number of Christians have not been killed. We're just saying that the attacks are not against religion, it's against everybody. And in recent strikes, you would have seen it. The kids who were kidnapped from Kebbi, they were all Muslim. 26, 2 escaped, making 24. It was 26, 2 escaped, then 24, and they were all recovered, and they were all Muslim girls. Do you understand? The instant that one was done, they went to eat a Christian school in Nigeria. Do you understand? Before you know it, there was the church in Kwara, and all of that. Not necessarily in chronological order that I pointed. I'm just trying to point out that Christians and Muslims are going through it. Same.
Let's deal with that. With the fact that we have a security issue, and let's deal with it.
It's a fact, and I know a lot of people don't like the truth. Now, this particular reverend was on Channels TV today, and he was talking about how the vice president must go because there is a Muslim ticket, and that the fact that that 2 Muslims ruling Nigeria makes it genocide. Now, guess what? This same person supported one of the people in opposition during the elections. So, I've always said one thing, and I will stand on that thing from now to the end of time. I'm not saying that you cannot have multiple talents, but you cannot be a politician and an activist. You cannot be a preacher and a politician. You can't.
Yeah.
You cannot. We don't know who is talking. If you come out as a preacher now and say the Lord said, we believe you. Then you come back and say that follow this person, vote for this person. God said this, Abi. Some people will still believe you. Now the person loses that election. You say the election was rigged. You said this one down. Yeah. But you said God said the person will win. So nobody can rig God out. If God says someone will win, the person will win. Yeah. Now, so this is where I'm going. So how are you a preacher
and a priest
and an activist?
Yeah.
It's not possible.
And you're in bed with some
do you understand? Then it's not something didn't go your way. The current government is your problem.
Anyway, still talking about insecurity. There's a very interesting story. But before that, let's go all the way to presidency, where the former president Olusegun Obasanjo had a couple of things to say about this government and insecurity in Nigeria in general. However, this presidency has now replied him and saying that all this terrorism took root when he was president, and that if he had nipped it in the bud then, we would not be having the issues we're having now.
Yeah, so that is in response to a video that has gone viral. Former President Obasanjo was more or less calling for a military intervention. I'm sure Dolupo and Fola, I don't know if Fola has seen the video. Dolupo the video was making the rounds about 3-4 days ago. Even up until today, there are people still sharing it. He was speaking at the public forum and he was basically, trashing this government and, passing the buck to them. Now, I'm not saying you cannot criticize them. Of course, that's their job. But it's hypocritical for an Obasanjo to be talking about insecurity and negotiating with terrorists and everything when these are all the things that he did. There's a video of him coming and there are stories of him that he said he actually went to sit down with them and talk to them. Do you understand? So why is it that is when they leave government that they have solutions?
They suddenly have solutions. Yeah.
You were there as a military head of state. Then you were there as a civilian president. Collectively, this man ruled Nigeria for about 14 years.
Yeah.
Okay, let me not exaggerate. Let me say 10 years, but I know it's more than that. Do you get? And you did not solve all the problems. You know why? Because one person can never solve all the problems of a country. Never.
But you also know that if it's that one, I'm not sure we had this kind of bad, what's the word now? Insecurity. So would we also say that maybe if he had nipped it in the bud then,
did you guys have these issues now? Did you guys ever hear about the Meitei warriors?
I don't know what that is.
In the 80s, here in this country, the Meitei warriors. You see, this thing that we have now actually happened in the 80s. But then, it wasn't about bombs. It was crude weapons. Those guys were at war with Nigeria. Yeah. Within Nigeria. Meitei. You might want to look it up.
How do you spell that?
Meitei. I think it's META.
Anyway, before we leave all that matter, there's a very interesting story that I said popped up, and is where it has been said that a mother in Sokoto state has now been arrested. This is, and you'll be wondering why, this is in connection with the alleged kidnapping of our own 4-year-old son in Kebbi State.
Very, very unfunny story.
The boy was safely rescued and the mother was taken into custody today. So now the conversation started when the boy was abducted and an unknown female was said to have called the father for, I think, a 5 million naira ransom. 25 million naira ransom and all that. So upon investigation, they found out that basically
the call came from that axis.
That axis, and then the mother was the one that to collect money from
our husband. Wait, I want to. Does she think the husband have the 25 million?
She doesn't care now.
Maybe.
Haven't you noticed what happens?
You know what your husband has.
No, but it's possible he could have it. It's possible he could have it.
Oh no, that's not how it works now. Kidnapping is not something that before it was because this person had money. Now it's because that the person is going to go look for
it's
money.
Actually 5 million naira, not 25 million.
Okay, there was a 25 million naira.
That 25 million was
Yeah, there was
It was crazy.
there was, okay, 25 age. Someone is age 25.
Oh,
or something.
she's 25.
Yes, age 25.
At 25 years.
So the thing about the money is not even about if the husband has 5 million or not. It's about, oh, this person's child has been kidnapped, and the person is going to come
Yeah, they
out
probably
to
will
raise
crowd
funds.
crowdfund. and
People
all
are
that.
doing it on social media now. A lot of things, things are really bad as per security now. That it's still a business anyway. It's still a business because these criminals in the guise of terrorism are more or less about money. It's just that they need to create terror for them to make people pay up. There's a video that's also gone viral now. A guy that was kidnapped somewhere in Kogi State, and he escaped. He found his.
Yeah, the one that he escaped at first, and he heard when I think the villagers of where he was were accusing the kidnappers of why he escaped, why they allow him escape.
Why they allowed him?
Yes.
According to him, they didn't know that he could understand their language, and he heard when the villagers were saying, "Why did they allow this one escape?" or something like that.
Yeah,
so it was narrating.
You see
the
that
story.
it's a very, very, it's a multifaceted. It's such a very crazy.
It's an industry now.
Anyway, please, before we even go, let's leave the matter of insecurity and let me give you one gist that I just saw now. Everybody knows Speed Darlington, right? So apparently,
sadly.
Wow.
Sadly. Well, yeah, in some context, sadly.
So apparently, it looks like Mr. Speed Darlington is into some, in my books, fraudulent behavior.
I mean, yeah.
So apparently, he had announced a while ago, and some people even took it seriously, that people should send, his followers should send 2,000 naira to his account. And he put out the video of Benz, that one of the people that sent him money will pick a lucky winner and give the person the vehicle. He has now come out to make a video and said that the money that was sent to his account is not even up to the money to buy a keke. So he's cancelling the giveaway and that he would rather give one of his lucky winners the money that was made that he got from.
Okay. So let me quickly weigh in on that. What he does not understand is that beyond the fact that this rubbish, whatever brand he's supposed to have, yeah, whatever you get, beyond that fact, the thing is that there's something called integrity. He should have started this with a rider. If we do not get enough to the value
are you
of
looking
this,
for money to
I'm
buy
coming.
a new
I'm coming.
car?
I'm coming.
Anybody that is selling 2,000,
I'm coming. I'm trying to indemnify him because he's already put himself in a bad place. I don't want to lose my chain of thought. He should have said to them that, look, this is the value of the car, and you can raise it. You guys can, but one of you will get the car. So it's basically maybe using 2K to get the car, but other people are going to, because that's what gambling is. All these people that go betting, is one, they gather people's money. The house keeps its own and gives you peanuts, and you say you've won.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
But he did not put terms and conditions there and break down the terms and conditions. That's one. Two, that is a lottery, and it is illegal if you do not have a license in this country. What he has done now, he actually needed to have it vetted by the lottery commission. If they decide to do their job, if they actually awake to their job, they can actually pick this guy up. What he thinks is cruise can land him in prison.
Yeah, you can. You can.
You know? And three, if it sounds too good to be true, Nigerians, we've told you before, it is. This is how MMM starts.
I was about to say that. My own is, how are you Speed Darlington?
Of all people.
Of all people. Like, do you not know what he's known for?
What he's known for, yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to put that out there. According to reports this afternoon, or video this afternoon, for Lagos State people, the Oba of Lagos has announced that there's going to be a Ayo Festival this year. From December 27th.
I win.
There seems to be a lot of this awareness in the Southwest. A few minutes ago, someone was just telling me that I think there's going to be a Ogbomoso Day this year as well. There was, I think, Kemta Day in a few days
yesterday
ago. In Ogun State, there seems to be a lot of awareness.
Do you know I've been advocating for Eyo since? We've not had the Adaimo Risha play in a long time. We need to go cover that thing. It's going to be beautiful, and they will beat us.
I don't want to be beaten.
They will beat us.
I think I'm good on that.
Maybe we'll join one of the Ayos.
Yeah.
It's not too late.
I'm good.
Okay.
We'll do the fancy one.
Okay.
I'm good.
You know,
we
won't do the Orishas. We'll do the
I
fancy.
have fun. I have fun.
Anyone that
Yeah.
doesn't get me beaten.
Yeah.
I am not going nowhere.
No,
I
the
do not.
fancy ones always have protection for maybe Laba.
Anyway, moving on from that, President Tinubu's ambassadorial nominees, and this has caused maybe a bit of conversation. Why? Because I will say at least two names of that on that list seem to have gotten a lot of people talking. One is Reno Omokri, and another is Femi Fani Kayode, and they're saying that number one is that these people were really, really vehemently against President Tinubu's presidency, and all of a sudden they are now nice, and now they are now supposed to be ambassador nominees. Also, the fact that what is each person's competence level to become an ambassador.
Okay. Fola. So, they should expand that list. I think Tinubu is really consistent with his ways. They should expand the list. They should add Femi Pedro to it. Femi Pedro is on that list of nominees. Guess what? For those of you that don't know, when Tinubu was governor of Lagos, Pedro was his deputy governor during the second term. Because first time it was Kofo Bokno. Pedro became his second, because he had 3 deputies during his 8-year tenure. And why did he have 3? 2 of them got impeached. Pedro also got impeached. At some point, they were at loggerheads, obviously, because if your deputy gets impeached, you're definitely not on good terms. It's the same guy he has now nominated for the ambassadorial post, of one of the ambassadorial posts. Mm-hmm. So, beyond Reno, that basically had a major campaign against Tinubu, and Femi Fani Kayode. On Reno's part, Reno is a PDP boy or person, and he is more or less like a Goodluck Jonathan loyalist. But guess what? Reno is a strategist of sorts. You know, he's very powerful on social media. He has massive followership across all platforms. And it seems to be courted by a lot of politicians. If you notice, at some point in time, it was tilting towards Peter Obi's side.
Yeah.
Then he did not work for Obi. I think he worked for Atiku. And according to him, I saw that video, he went to Chicago to go to Tinubu school, basically to look for stuff to use against him. But that when he got there, he found out that it was legit. That he did go to that school, and that most of the accusations against him were untrue. And that's because I remember when Tinubu was going to the there was a meeting that they all went to in London, that place where they went to talk. How am I forgetting it now? This popular place that invites Nigerian leaders from time in London. Do you remember that talk that they went to have? Reno was outside, at Chatham House. Reno was outside a one-man campaign shouting Tinubu, Ole, Giddy. You know, he was campaigning against him. Then he went to Chicago and came back and said, okay, so since then, he has more or less been working for Tinubu. Online, he's always promoting him, and he says he's working for Nigeria. I get that. Femi Fani-Kayode on his own part, he's off and on. Started the APC with them, left, went to the PDP, came back to the APC, then left again, and all of that. So I get why people are dragging those two names. I'm just trying to put it in perspective. And that's why I added Femi Pedro to the list also, because he was with him, he even left the party, and he was contesting to be governor. He was going to contest against Fashola, and I think he went to another party at that time before they impeached him. Then his impeachment was reversed by the House some years after. So he's no longer impeached, but he was impeached. Now, that's politics. Those names are not the ones I'm really bothered about. There's a name that appeared when some money was found in Ikoyi some years ago. and I think this person, or something, was in charge of the
Yeah.
NIA or something. And these monies were in his possession, right? And they were found. And it said that his name is on this list of
Yep.
ambassadors. That's the particular name that I need clarity about. Is it that after they found the money, it was cleared of any wrongdoing? Do you understand? And that's why it can be an ambassador. That one is the one that actually is giving me a lot of concern.
Yeah, burdensome, yeah.
However, to respond to the story about how some people do not have experience, that's not how it works. Do you get? They have two types of ambassadors. You know, the career ambassadors and the political appointees. And they qualify, every single one of them qualifies to be, appointed as an ambassador. There's another name there. It's PDP. The former governor of Abia State is also on that list. You get the current the undersecretary or the deputy minister in foreign affairs used to be an ambassador too. It's not like she went and became a career ambassador. Do you get? She didn't. You get? And she didn't do badly, and now she's still in the foreign affairs, community, and she's doing okay. So again, it's the prerogative of the president to pick
whoever
he
wants
wants.
to pick, yeah.
But I just need clarity on that particular name, and it will be nice.
But speaking of money, anyway, the former Attorney General of the Federation, Abubakar Malami, there's now been conversations about how he said that one of the issues he has with the AFCC is how the $490 million of the Abuja loot that was returned to Abacha loot that was returned to Nigeria, how the money was spent. Seems like the EFCC is claiming that money has grown wings again. It grew wings during Abacha's time, returned to Nigeria, but AFCC is alleging, or there's an alleged matter that, in fact, it said that EFCC has his passport, and that's one of the conversations. Also, he himself has now said that even this whole matter is politically motivated.
Yeah, the EFCC have his passport, and he has also been told to report daily to their office in Abuja. Now, Malami used to be the Attorney General under Buhari, but he's left now. He's joined the ADC. I heard he's contesting.
I think he said he wants to be governor.
Be governor of his state and all of that. So, of course, he feels that it's a political witch hunt. However, I always say one thing. There's no smoke without fire. Mm-hmm. Now, this does not necessarily mean that he has embezzled those funds, but it just means that they have something on you. You get? Now, on the part of the EFCC and the ICPCs and all of them, I always hope that they have concluded their investigations before inviting people. You get? The reason why is that they lose more face every time they go after someone and the person is let off the hook.
Okay.
As against, you actually have a watertight case. Then you invite the person and say, look at you. What's going on here?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Do you understand? Mm-hmm. So he says it's politically motivated. I'm saying, I hope your hands are clean. Because if his hands are clean, I will go for them. This is now his own turn. He's a lawyer now to now counter sue and say, why are you trying to use politics to wreck my career?
Wreck my career. Now, talking about politics anyway. First things first. Omoyele Sowore, who's supposed to be an activist, has now emerged as his party's national chairman again, AAC. I'm guessing he's going to be their presidential candidate again.
Okay. This ties into what I said earlier. If you are an activist, you cannot be a politician. If you are a politician, you cannot be an activist. But if you want to be both, you have to be above board. So this is a Sowore that started a party, the AAC. Started the party about 8 or so years ago, a couple of years ago, and is the chairman of the party. Now, the parties that people keep criticizing, they have structure, they have a spread, and they have a lot of transparency. Let me tell you how. For instance, the current chairman of the APC is from the middle belt. That is, if you look at Nigeria as north and south, he's from the north. Mm-hmm. The current president of Nigeria is from the south. Mm-hmm. That's what the parties usually do. Mm-hmm. You get. For parties that they don't have a sitting president, they project that, their own presidential candidate must be from the north, then the party chairman is from the south, or vice versa. Yeah. In Showere's case, he's the presidential candidate and is the party chairman. What's that?
AAC
was
what
that?
It is.
What is that? Now, picture. We can talk about Atiku all we want, talk about Tinubu all we want, but picture Atiku being party chairman of ADC and presidential candidate.
We'll not hear the end of it though. But maybe because a lot of people are not talking about it because it's not a big party, so it's not something a lot of people reckon with. So you know what? It's more of a people can continue doing whatever it is you're doing. But
again, you must be above board. You must be seen to be doing the right thing all the time. So
but is that really
it's separation of powers?
Yeah, but is there a law that says you can't be both?
I do not think that that's why I didn't even go from the legal angle. Mm-hmm. You get, I'm going from the moral.
So if it's there's no law.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to counter. I'm not going to counter anything you said. You get. I'm just saying that. Why are you worse than the people you say you are better than?
Yeah, I get.
Why are you? Because again, guess what? To contest an election, any election, you need the signature of your party chairman and your party secretary.
You sign his
so
form himself.
You're going for president. You will sign your own form by yourself.
Yeah.
You sign your own form by yourself to contest an election.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's move on from that and let's talk about one thing and this is just me and my opinion, and I think that is ridiculous though. But the governor of Abia State, Alex Otti, decided to carry himself with all the issues that Abia State has and decided to go to Sokoto prison to go and visit Nnamdi Kanu that has been convicted for treason. Again, it's almost, maybe because I'm not from the southeast, it's almost unbelievable how this man's utterances and his so-called group that is proscribed in Nigeria has caused heavy harm to people's lives, property, the economy of the southeast and all that. And there's still a lot of clamor that he should be released, to now get to the point where a governor, with all the issues that Nigeria has now, feels that the next opportunity is to go and visit someone like that in prison.
Interesting thing. When I heard it, I was surprised, but not for long. By Nigerian law, Nnamdi Kanu is the head of a proscribed terrorist movement. Yep. By law, you don't have to agree. I didn't say it. It's the law that said it. The same law was invoked during his trial, and there are several hours of footage of him, committing several crimes. When you're telling people to take guns and kill people, attack the military, burn the airport, destroy people's private properties and businesses. If you're an Igbo man, if you go to a church that has been, headed by a Yoruba person, yeah, this and that, all sorts of things that he said. In fact, some of those things we shouldn't be repeating.
He even talked about wanting to kill the then president. Yeah.
Yeah, there was a time he said he was going to get the head of a president, serving president, and he would bring it back with him and everything. These videos are there; they're online. A lot of those things are not just mere rhetoric. And when you see top politicians from the Southeast playing it down and saying it's just content and he's just talking, and you now look for someone who is next in line to him, that's the guy in Finland.
Yeah.
What's his name? Simon Ekpa. And Ekpa was jailed for similar offenses in Finland. Do you understand? So It's showing standards here.
Yeah.
Now, a governor, a serving governor, now ups and goes to Sokoto State to meet with,
Is it the optics of it? Is it because
and
it doesn't
not
make
only
any
did he
Optics
say
don't
that,
even look
not
good
only
to
did
be
he say
fair.
that,
So
he
the
also said that
people in the East
he has a
probably
strategy
Mm.
to get him out of prison. He says he's been working on the strategy and he deployed some of it during the trial. I don't have a problem if this is what everybody wants.
Mhm.
But I always look at the victims of these crimes. Now they're not alleged crimes. They are crimes because the law has said so. And that's why he was sentenced to life imprisonment. So how do those people feel? And they're also from the Southeast. How do their families feel? But let's say that their emotions do not matter in the grand scheme of things. And what exactly is Nnamdi Kanu fighting for? He wants a country that his own people are in charge of. He wants to have Biafra as a country, as a standalone country, removed completely from Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, the Nigerian constitution does not have an allowance for that. But there is a way around it. All these politicians, like the Alex Otti, the governor of Abia that went there, he has people who are in his party. And he has people from his state who are in other parties but who respect him as their leader. They actually need to come down to the same place, agree to lobby the other senators, the other house of in the other regions, to say, let us suspend the constitution so we can now run what they've been calling for, which is
a referendum.
a referendum. And that referendum would have questions like, do you still want to be a part of Nigeria?
Mhm.
And because they are able to suspend this constitution, they will most likely be able to get people to vote to say, nope, we want to leave Nigeria as Southeasterners. You get? And the process can actually start without bloodshed, without killing anybody, without forcing people to stay at home on Mondays. Really and truly, if this is what they want, because now the man who has been championing it has been jailed for life, and people are saying there's one politician saying he shouldn't have been arrested in the first place.
No, Peter Obi. Let's not. Peter Obi said it.
There are entertainers who are like,
Oh yeah.
that's where they're from, and he's their brother, and they're standing with him. Even people who are not Igbo are saying it. Kenny, the singer, she's not Igbo now, and she's like, why is the guy being
Go to
sentenced? and
Sokoto
everything?
and remove him there. Go
So,
there.
no,
Since you put on
I'm just
want to
saying
be
that.
unfortunate,
Can we do everything?
go there?
No,
and
I'm
go and
not.
remove him.
I'm just saying
Nonsense stuff.
that they have valid reasons to say what they are saying.
No, they don't.
But let us do it
Always
within
legal
the
procedure.
law. There's a
Yeah.
legal way to do it.
Yeah.
And the legal way is for them to lobby. You have to lobby everybody. And I'm sure that a lot of people in the other regions will agree with them to say, you know what, let us suspend the constitution. Let us also take a look at it. After over 100 years of being together as a country, 60-something of those years self-governed by Nigerians. The other part was under military British imperial rule. Maybe it's time for people to listen. Maybe. But it should be done within the law so that nobody is killing anybody because you want a piece of land.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on from that quickly, just wanted to put an Dangote refinery is said to have cut the petrol gantry price to 840. So maybe we might be seeing
We could bought fuel at 890 today.
so it might be
890.
yeah, apparently
Today.
Mobile.
Yeah.
Wow.
Free advert for Mobile.
Anyway, it does not look like all is still well in Rivers State, as the Speaker of the House of Assembly, Martin Omalowe, has also now criticized Governor Fubara over the state of public schools. The governor himself has countered this criticism, saying that he's working tirelessly to see what. So, he countering the criticism. I don't see him saying that, oh, this is what he has done. He's promising that there's going to be major investment.
My question for the Speaker of Rivers State is, he's only been president, he's only been governor for 2+ years. And of those 2 years, 6 months, he was on suspension. Now, before then, there was a governor there who was there for 8 years.
Yeah.
did he fix all the schools in 8 years? So why are you trying to put Fubara on blast?
So that's my. The only thing this shows me is that okay, all is not still finally well with you people.
It can't be now.
It's almost like as if they're just tolerating each other.
Criticisms are good if they are constructive. You get, yes, maybe this will make him declare a state of emergency on schools and start to build schools and fix schools and all of that. But you really can't blame him because he just got there now and he was suspended for 6 months.
He just get there, but
Of the 2.5 years, half of those, half of a year, it was not at work.
Yeah, a quarter of
but
that it was at home.
I'm saying that there was a governor there before him now.
Yeah.
That this speaker and all of them worked with. He also worked with that governor as a attorney general, be accountant general, or whatever.
Accountant general, I think.
In
So
those 8 years,
anyway,
that governor that did well. Everybody saw him. He did well. Did he fix all the schools?
Anyway, social media, Facebook and Instagram has now suspended Idris Abdulkarim's account after he released a new song and open letter to Donald Trump. So I actually went to look for it. This is the first time it's until I saw this news that I knew that he had a new song. I went to YouTube to look for the song. I think it was released about 2-3 days ago. The song still does not have up to 1,000 views.
But now it will, now that there's controversy.
Maybe. Even with this controversy, it still hasn't reached up to, last I checked, it still hasn't reached up to 1,000 views. It's Idris Abdulkarim. What do you think? Anyway.
I don't know who that is, so I still don't know.
Are you serious? No, that's not possible. That is not possible.
You will know a song called Nigeria Jaga Jaga.
Oh, okay.
That's the guy. That's the guy.
Sorry. Calm down.
No, he's speaking his truth.
Anyway,
there are things that I will say that you don't know, Dolupo. Abi?
What is Idris Abdulkarim is not that.
But there are some names that I will mention that you will
I
not
agree,
know.
but is Idris Abdulkarim
Cut the man some slack.
Please.
Anyway,
It's not from his generation.
I listened to the song. Basically, he was telling Donald Trump to come and invade Nigeria.
All right.
Wow.
So
I thought this was going to be a rebellious piece of
No.
artwork.
It's Idris.
No, he
it's
did
Idris
one
Abdulkarim.
a few months ago. He tell your papa, basically.
Why is he Nigerian politician? Only when someone is trying to come and attack your country, you're not trying to bash him.
No.
No, it's Idris Abdulkarim. That's all I can say.
Idris's problem is not necessarily with anybody else. Is against the government.
Anyway, quickly before we go, Nigerian coach that Mr. Victor Osimhen gifted his boots, the one that he scored a hat trick, the coach has now said that he had sold the boots, that he needed the money for business, and he sold the boots. He announced who he sold the boots to. Apparently he had put it up for sale for about 1 million naira, but he now said that there was an undisclosed fee, and he has sold the boats, and he needed the money for business.
Who is the coach in the first place?
Some
So many
guy
questions.
that was in the, I will look for his name. He was actually on the pitch that day, and Victor Osimhen gifted him those boots.
Why? Number one.
Maybe out of passion.
It was just it said the assistant coach of Solution FC, but Olisa Eziazo.
Okay.
So, in fact, I would even say that Osimhen, that kind of boots should not even be given out.
Shouldn't be
in the first
given
place.
out.
No,
But-
he
Number
can.
one.
But
It-
Osimhen
I mean,
gives you
Yes,
that's
it's
some
sentimental
that-
value, you know.
The man said he
like,
had it, and
I will keep that.
somebody else decided that it was more valuable to him,
So,
and he
but
bought it off
How
him.
much? I need to know how much.
Let's
For it to
also
be undisclosed, it probably is a lot more.
let's also look at it from the man's angle. You're drowning. You're sinking.
How much are they
And
paying
you have-
Nigerian coaches?
Yeah, all of that. Basically, you're in need of funds, and you have Osimhen's boot. You know that if you keep it for 5 years, it will appreciate,
Exactly.
and you can sell it at some kind of auction,
Yeah.
especially if he
Exactly.
continues to score like this. But in
Abiodun
his-
Sahi says, nice program, great discussion. Thank you very much.
Thank you. You know that all of that. But what happens if the boot is there and you won't buy?
Are you
Other
looking for-
ways.
They are.
The other ways.
You have other ways. He doesn't.
He probably doesn't. I actually would not even at this point. I won't even
Would
berate
I
the
sell?
man.
The question is, would I
You sell it? Would I
don't
sell
think
it?
It's
No.
not. It's not that you won't sell it. You people are being hypocritical. The way you are saying nonsense now. If just
Mr.
picture, just
Shola,
pic-
Mr.
wait.
Shola,
Let me.
Imagine
wait.
if Messi gives you his boots today.
Wait now. It's not about will you sell it or not. What I want to ask you now is you have Osimhen's boot. You have just one pair. You know, one leg of it. The left one or the right one, you have it, and you feel that if you keep it for a while, you can auction it off. And one crazy guy hears about it and says, "Okay, you know what? I'll do you 40 million for that boot. You won't sell.
You will sell it too.
You will not sell.
Anyway,
Your problem
Ultimately,
is
it's
with
crazy.
your problem is with the value of what you think is sold.
but we
out.
don't know
That's why I
what
said
he
I
sold
need
it
to
for.
know this.
That's
on
what
this.
I use. I will sell it.
But
5
somebody
million.
else.
I will even say to Osimhen, like, yeah.
Anyway,
Star.
the man has said that he's doing a 250,000 naira giveaway to people after the sale of those boats. So I'm guessing it's more than $1 million he sold that boat.
Of course, he must have gotten a big deal.
Now, also, finally, before we go, Arsenal is set to get FA disciplinary action after picking up 6 yellow cards against Chelsea. Apparently, this is the first time I'm hearing about it. That
It's
if,
too much
it's
now.
actually too much. Once you have 6 cards or over, I think they have to pay a fine up to about 50,000.
I have a problem with that
Oh,
referee though.
game is
I
game.
have a problem. Some of those cards were just
Flimsy.
yeah,
It was just doing.
Was a
was
lot.
it Oliver, what's his name?
whatever his name is.
Funny enough, there's
The guy
the minute
defected.
he was announced, there was already like conversation about him, and even towards Chelsea as well. A lot of people had issues with. Maybe it's let's not even lie. The refereeing in England is just
not great.
is not great.
It's
Anyway,
not great.
on that note, that is all we have to take today on the bar. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll be back again tomorrow at 3 p.m. West African time to give you another wonderful edition of the Boom Bar. Do have a beautiful, beautiful day ahead.
Peace. Bye.